Oh, hey, good morning. Yes, Sunday morning, and all right. Oh wow, it's getting hot. Yeah, I just finished before the recording. I just finished writing down this proof of horizontal periodic theorem, which is quite remarkable, because it's when n is any number, any positive integer, it's true. Okay, we proved it again, time and again. Um, Maybe it possibly the proof didn't have to be this difficult. Maybe there's a easier way to prove this horizontal proof, horizontal periodicity. Um, well, then go find it. Maybe there's a lot easier way to prove it. Okay, go ahead and do it. That happens all the time in mathematics. Somebody proves something, right, and later on other mathematicians find an easier way to prove the same theorem. Like, haha, you know. Yeah, that happens. We welcome those things. Yeah, by all means. But it's possible this is not. It's possible that this is not the easiest way to prove this theorem, and it's possible that there's easier way to prove this. It doesn't matter. We proved it. Okay. Ah, so it's ours now. We got the ownership, kind of, right? So that's great. Cheers to that. What's left? Um, we want to find um, diagonal periodicity of in the Euclidean square. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me get some Tums. Well, we have to do this. I mean, we started it, right? The Euclidean square. We may as well finish it, okay? um, I think it'll be fun. It shouldn't be too bad, right? So let's just bring in relevant words. Uh, I wrote this all down, so yeah, it's okay that I erase this. By the way, I remember the name of that um, taekwondo school. It's called 석사체육관. 석사체육관. Okay. Uh, I tried to remember it and I remembered it. Okay. So after try to remember for a while, it came back to me. 석사체육관 is that in Bampo, 구반포, where that's my childhood hometown. Okay. 석사 체육관 is the name of that taekwondo school. Okay. So, yeah, you missed the chance to earn $100. I'm sorry because I was so I really wanted to remember that name, so I told you if you know that name, yeah, if give that to me, I'll give you $100, but not anymore because I remember it. Sorry. All right. So let's put these proofs behind us now because we got it, and I'm gonna bring back the boards that has this Euclidean square and whatnot. Hey, okay. This thing is, this board is something I can erase. You have this what fog equation, I guess. That is so unacceptably vulgar. So we'll erase it. Okay, so come on. No pun intended, by the way. Okay, I did not intend this FCK. It just happened that way. Okay, I did not intend this. I promise you. Yeah, it was like meta function, but it turned out we didn't quite need that. Need that kind of construct postulate. We didn't quite need it. We didn't use it. I thought we needed that, but no, we didn't. So we kind of abandoned that approach, right? But it could be useful in some other areas, right? But we didn't quite need it. So we proved our Euclidean squares horizontal periodicity theorem without induction. Okay, so kudos to you. Right, so that's great. Okay. Um. Uh, I have this Euclidean triangle here and Euclidean square over there. So let me switch them because Euclidean square is our focus. Euclidean triangle, that's thing of the past because we don't really need Euclidean. Well, we do need Euclidean triangle, but nowadays, well, whatever. We're gonna look at the Euclidean square now, of the forced kind. There is one more this Euclidean square diagram is right here. This is Euclidean square of the second kind. So let me put it like side by side so that we can look at all three diagrams here. Yeah. What's the Euclidean square of the second kind? You have Euclidean triangle, right? That's upper triangle above the main diagonal. You fill the blank by using bigger number theorem. Okay. Then the Euclidean square you get from filling in the blank, the lower triangle, that's Euclidean square of second kind, and there's some equivalence between first kind and second kind. We can try to prove that, but yeah, we can. Probably this has to do with the conversion theorem, I'm guessing. Okay. Let's do that. How about that? Yeah, okay. Because if we prove the equivalence between Euclidean square of first kind and second kind, maybe that's they might lead us to prove this diagonal periodicity theorem. Um, yeah, it can help us because diagonal periodicity theorem seem to be a little bit involved. Excuse me. A little bit involved. Okay. By the way, um, let's review what periodicity is. Okay. Uh, Basically, sine x is equal to sine x plus 2 pi k when k is belong to some integer. It can be negative, positive, or zero. Right? Periodicity in row algebra is this. You have n row m, for example, is equal to n plus mk row m. So what's the periodicity? M. Here periodicity of sine is 2 pi, right? Right? Well, k, it belongs to I 0 plus, meaning it's non-negative integer. Okay? That's our notation. Non-negative integer. It could be 0 or positive integer. Alright? So yeah, we humanologists, we are good at languages. We know multiple foreign languages. So we are linguists, so that's why our notational convention is so ingenious and so efficient and so elegant and so beautiful. Because we are good with languages. Okay? Carl Friedrich Gauss or other mathematicians, they're not good at languages. They're just geeky, nerdy. All they know is mathematics. Okay, that's why they suck in terms of notational convention. Okay, it helps that you know many different things because it's like cross pollination. Just because we are good at languages, we know many different foreign languages. Look at us. Our notation convention is beautiful and elegant and efficient. All right. So it does help to know many different things. Okay. So I was kind of curious, like I nth, imagine number I to the nth is I what n row 4, right? That was kind of interesting. How about minus 1 to the nth is what? Minus 1 to the n row 2, right? So it seems to me row algebra has to do with periodicity. It because periodicity in I to the nth is 4, and periodicity in minus to the nth is 2, right? So, I mean, in terms of this power operation, here, can we express this periodicity of sine function in terms of row algebra? Because I was kind of wondering about that. Can we? Of course, 2 pi is not integer, right? 2 pi is not integer, so I guess we can't, huh? Because row algebra is about strictly about integer. Yeah, well, we focus on natural number, but we can easily expand to integer. Because what is minus 1? What is minus 1? Uh, how can you divide minus 1 using Euclidean division? It's easy, right? So you 2, right? And then you multiply minus 1, right? And then it becomes minus 2, and you we are doing just traditional long division, okay? And that's minus 1 is the quotient, and 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, and you subtract that, and then plus 1, so that's the remainder, okay? So minus 1 is equal to 2 is the divisor, okay? What's the quotient? Minus 1. We don't care about quotient, okay? What's the remainder? Plus 1. Because the quotient can be negative. Divisor, sure, it can be negative. But remainder has to be non-negative. Because that's the only rule in row algebra. Okay, so row algebra, yeah, it can be easily expandable to integer world as opposed to natural number world. But under one condition. The rule is that remainder has to be non-negative integer. Okay, that's the only rule. Okay? Now, can row algebra be expanded to real numbers? Yes. As you can see, looks like it's going to be useful for us. Let's say x is the remainder. Okay, x can be any real number, but it has to be less than 2 pi. Alright? Okay. Then, we can say sine x sine x rho 2 pi. Okay? Isn't it cool? Don't you think it's cool? I mean, think about it. Sine minus pi, okay? Sine minus pi is equal to what? Sine pi minus pi plus 2 pi. Why? Because you don't believe me? Well, sine goes like this, right? Then in negative side it goes like this. Sine curve, right? Here is sine minus pi, and here is sine pi. They're both 0, right? Why? Because 2 pi is the 2 pi is period. So this is same as sine minus pi plus 2 pi times 2, which is 4 pi, which is sine what? 3 pi. Where is sine 3 pi? Pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. Yeah. Okay. So why is that the case? Because 2 pi is the period. Okay, so now we're expanding row algebra to real numbers. Perhaps you can even expand it to complex numbers too. Okay, because it's about division. If you divide, we have to be a little bit careful here though. if you divide 3 pi by 2 pi, what's the, is what, 3 over 2, right? Which is what, 1.5. But that's not how we mean. We have to redefine division of real numbers, okay, somehow, in order to fit into this schema of row algebra. Okay, we have to redefine division, because what we want is, you have 3 pi, right? We want to decompose this into 2 pi plus pi. Okay? What we want to call is, we want to call this pi as the remainder, and 2 pi times 1 is the quotient, where remainder will use small r, and 2 pi we want to call it as a divisor. Okay, so it will be a somewhat new definition than traditional division. Okay, because we want remainder to be pi as opposed to something like 0.5 or, okay, we want the division to be defined in a different way. Okay, basically we want quotient to be integer, so we are applying Euclidean division. Okay, you have a divisor, all right. Divisor is the period. Okay, it's the, just like in row algebra, right? The divisor is on the right side, right foot of this row operator. Okay. The number on the left side, that's like dividend. Okay, the number to be divided. Okay, the number on the right hand side is the divisor. Okay, kind of denominator and numerator. It's kind of like n over m, kind of. Okay, but we are only interested in remainder. Okay. So basically what we are saying is this: 3 pi 3.14, you know, that circle kind of pi r squared kind of pi. Okay, that's pi. Okay. Pi rho 3 pi rho 2 pi. We want this to be pi. Okay. So we need to define this very carefully, and we'll do so after a break, because it's something interesting. Yeah, we'll finish up that diagonal periodicity later, but this is something kind of interesting, so we'll spend some time on this because it's something new. Okay, we are fed up with all this number theory, just integers, natural numbers. We are sick and tired of it. Okay, so we want to try something different, something exotic, something foreign to us, something new, something sexy, something exotic and palatable to us. Yeah, like something as exotic as I or pi, real number, because we are fed up with natural numbers. Okay, we have dealt with this for so long. Okay, so okay, let's take a break. Okay. All right. All right. We will be right back. Ah. Oh, let me grab my cigarettes, of course. Oh well, we'll continue with mathematics in a second. First of all, I think maybe I owe you an apology. I remember last night. Right now it's Sunday morning, but last night, what, Saturday night, when I was drinking and doing this recording, yeah, I guess I said some offensive things. We are talking about race and stuff. Yeah, if I offended you, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. Okay, because you don't want to be consumed by hatred. Hatred is not something that is very natural to humans. Okay, you may hate me for a while, but later on you want to forgive me. I apologized. Okay, I forgive people even who never apologized to me. Like my childhood bullies. It's not my childhood. When I was a child in elementary school, yeah. In sixth grade, there was this one bully guy, and when I was in the middle school, seventh grade, there were two bully guys who bullied up on me. But sixth grade, that guy wasn't physical. Okay, he was just verbally abusive. Okay, but what do I do? Yeah, I pray for them. Okay, God, please let them repent and make them better people. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Okay, so forgive and forget. And I want you to forgive me too. Do I commit sins? Yeah. To whom? Everyone, including you. I offend you, right? Yeah. I ask for your forgiveness. But all those things, it has purpose, okay? Because I'm pointing out that there is this regional metaphysical diseases, metaphysical pathogens, evil ideologies. The West, only the West is heavily infected by gayism. Okay, that's a metaphysical disease. And African American population is not all of them, but they are heavily infested by this satanic ideology, metaphysical disease of hyper anti racism. They blame racism for everything that went wrong with their life. African Americans, okay? Oh, racist this, racist that. Oh, it's all because of racism. And that's metaphysical pathogen. That's metaphysical disease. Okay, it's wrong to blame everything for racism. Okay, blame racism for everything that went wrong with their life. If I'm black and I'm jail, oh, it's just because I'm black, I'm being discriminated. That kind of stuff. Okay, that's hyper anti-racism. You blame everything. You blame racism for everything that went wrong with your life. Okay, and that's incorrect. Okay, I look at Abraham Lincoln. He was born poor. What did he do? He moved out and he went to a big city because he was living in this kind of redneck cottage outback. His parents were very poor people, so when he became teenager, without any money, he went to big city. He got a job. Later on, he became a lawyer, and later on, he became the one of the most admired presidents of United States. Okay, so that's President Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so you cannot just blame poverty for your failure. Okay, we understand. Blacks, they started without any inheritance money, like white people did. Like white people, but you have to understand. So, first in America, first Asian came in, so they became Asian natives, Native Americans, American natives, Indians, right? Or Alaskan natives, Eskimos, or Inupiats, or you have Aleutians, Twingalits, whatever. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful languages. Yeah, this Alaskan natives, they have many different languages, and they are amazingly beautiful, amazing. Like you have Kwa Kwa Kwa. Oh, they are magical languages. I have huge admiration of this Alaskan native culture. How about other American natives, like Indians, I don't know too much about them, okay, but I bet they have beautiful languages and beautiful culture. But I live in Alaska, and there are a lot of Alaska natives, so uh, I appreciate a huge admiration and appreciation of their culture, their language, their craft, all these carvings and sculpture and whatnot, paintings, the pattern of their paintings. It's amazing. It's magical. I have huge admiration of that. Okay, I'm sure other American lower 48 American Indians. I'm sure they have amazing culture too. I mean, Aztec, Maya, South America natives, they have a fantastic culture, fantastic language as well. Okay. Yeah, human sacrifice, tattoo piercing, marijuana, yeah, those are bad elements, but other than those things, yeah, they are dancing, music, arts, sculpture, carvings, their language is so amazingly beautiful. Okay, Micronesia, Polynesia, yeah, they're all cool, amazing people, except marijuana, tattoo, piercing. Yeah, African native people, yeah, they have fantastic dancing, music, cuisine, culture, craft, art, craft, language. They're all beautiful, okay? Native languages. But no tattoo, no piercing, no human sacrifice, no savagery, and no marijuana. Okay, so. Ah? So yeah, different part of the world is plagued by different kinds of metaphysical diseases. Like gayism infest only the West, by and large, okay? And hyper anti-racism tend to infest only in African American population, okay? So, when Europeans, white people first came to America, they didn't have that much money. Many of white people who came to America from Europe, they starved to death, many of them. And they even ate people. There's some record of that. Cannibalism, okay? They were starving when white people first came to America. How about Asians? Yeah, Asians, they came to America from Asia. Those are the ancestors of all the Alaskan natives, Canadian natives, and American natives, and South American natives. I'm sure many of them starved to death too, right? But for after centuries of adaptation, they learned to hunt and gather, trap animals, and learn about edible plants. Okay, and I learned some of that. Mostly plants. I don't know too much about hunting and get trapping animals. I don't know too much. I know just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, but I don't know too much about that. But in terms of edible plants, I'm quite well educated in edible plants, poisonous plants. Okay. Yeah, a lot of that is from wisdom of Alaskan natives or American Indian, American natives. Okay, so yeah, I learned from them. So okay, all right. So let's define Euclidean division for real number. Okay, it's easy. We want quotient and remainder to be integers. I mean, we want quotient to be integers, and we want remainder to be. Remainder doesn't have to be integer. Okay. Yeah. We just want quotient to be an integer. Okay. That's our definition of Euclidean division in real numbers. Okay. 3 pi express that in terms of divisor, this divisor, which is the period. Okay. And we have some quotient as an integer, right? And then the rest is remainder. So remainder can be a real number. It doesn't have to be the integer. Okay. So that's that. It's as simple as that. Okay, so some real number x, that's yellow, x, real number x expressed with divisor and quotient plus r, and divisor can be real number, okay, like 2 pi. R can be real number too, like pi, but quotient has to be belong to an integer set. Okay, that's the only requirement. And another requirement, um, divisor. We want divisor to be uh, positive. Okay, and we want remainder to be positive. I mean, non-negative, and it should be strictly less than divisor. Then we don't quite need this, do we? Because this is included. D is more than 0. Okay? Let's write this down. And D, X, D, and R, now it belongs to real number. It doesn't have to be integers anymore. We just generalized, expanded our horizon, okay? Which is great. It's a brand new day for row algebra, okay? So, expansion of row algebra. Brand new chapter in row algebra. Okay. All right. So then sine x is equal to sine x rho 2 pi, which is really cool. Okay. We are getting rid of this open parent plus closed parent and k. Nah. This is more compact expression. Okay. So we have that x dq blah blah blah. Then this is same as x rho d is equal to r. All right. Okay, we'll go back and forth. Okay, we didn't quite finish discussion about racism, right? So yeah, basically it's this. Okay, so when European white people first came to America, they were not rich, but over centuries they built wealth. They earned some money, and then they died, and they passed on those legacy money, inheritance money to their kids. And then later on, they brought Africans as to use as laborers. It's like we don't have to use the term slavery, okay? Let's just I don't want to be prejudiced, don't have bias. I think rationally. I don't want you to be emotional. I want you to be rational. Think and listen. All right? And learn. You have to learn from me, basically, okay? Because you don't have good teachers nowadays, okay? Teachers, they are afraid. Professors, they are afraid of you. I'm not. Why? Well, first of all, you are not here. You cannot beat me up, right? And I don't want you to come here either. Okay, you are not here, so there's no problem of me being afraid of being beat up. Okay, because you are not here. Most likely, you can kick my ass, right? So I'm not a good fighter. Well, first of all, I'm a civilized person. I don't like fighting. I don't even want to do sparring. When I was younger, yeah, I enjoyed sparring. I wasn't very good at it, but yeah, it's fun to spar. When I was in the U.S. Army in my early 30s, yeah, I enjoyed combative, whatever training. It's like basically wrestling or jujitsu kind of stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I wasn't very good at it, but I enjoyed doing that. But nowadays, I don't even want to do that. Okay, I'm in my 40s, so I'm 41, so I'm too old for that shit. Okay, so yeah, and so you have to learn from me because you don't have good teachers or good professors, politicians. You don't have good leaders. Politicians, they're afraid of you too. Okay, they don't want to lose vote. And professors, teachers, they don't want to get fired. Okay, me, I'm not afraid of anything but God. To me, it's my job to tell you the truth and teach you the right things, good things, the truth, reality. So, don't be emotional, okay? Don't be upset. Slavery is forced labor. Every labor is forced. I mean, don't you? Wouldn't you rather be at home all day, every day? That's why people want to retire, right? Every labor is forced labor, in a sense that we rather just relax at home. That's why we love weekends as opposed to weekdays. Are you happy? Which time is happier? When you go to work or when you come home from work? When are you happier? Of course, when you come home, right? Work, yeah, it's all forced labor. So slavery, you cannot define slavery as forced labor. Then how can we define slavery? Perhaps this whip, cruel treatment, abusive, disrespectful, physical abuse, low wage. So back in the days in America, it's not just America, Europe too, right? Slavery is like a kind of like minimum wage, kind of, because they get paid not with money but with food and shelter and clothing, and probably low quality, right? So it's exploitation of labor. Okay, so that's where Marxism came about. Marxism, Karl Marx, he was all against this exploitation of labor during 1800s in Europe, in the industrialization, industrialized corporations, machine operators. So it wasn't just Africans who were exploited by white people. No, white people also exploited other white people through these factories, harsh conditions. It was like that in Europe. Whites against other whites during the Industrial Revolution during 1800s, when whatever Watson, he invented this steam machine, steam boat, steam engine, steam trains, trains, right? Yeah, so all these machines, mechanization of this industrial industries and industrial revolution, they need a lot of laborers whose job is very manual and laborious, and they got exploited. They got very low minimum wage payment, and that's why Karl Marx came up with this communism to oppose those labor exploitation. That's the history of communism. Okay, so it was not just black people whose labor was exploited. It was white people too, in Europe. White people picking on other white people. Exploitation of labor. I want you to know this, okay? Because teachers, they're not going to teach you this. They will be called like white supremacists, right? If they teach you this, okay? Uh, so we are living in a day and age where all the rationality, reasonability is suppressed by this rampant liberalism, liberal politics. It's basically fear politics is just like Nazism. Okay, all this LGBT, hyper anti-racism, Black Lives Matter, all that garbage ideologies. Um, that's suppressing reason, rationality. Okay, that's why I'm running for president because I'm going to, if I'm the president, I will restore all those good things, rationality, back to not just America but to the world. I can save the world. Uh, at least in theory. Okay. I do what I can. I'm making this recording and publishing it and sharing it with you. Yeah, we'll continue this discussion of race after a break. Okay? We're having a lot of fun, right? I am. I'm drinking vodka. Sunday morning, and yeah, it's kind of daylight, right? It's getting brighter. It's like 7 o'clock right now, I think. Probably earlier, maybe 5. Let's take a break, okay? Good. All right. Okay, we're back. Yeah, it's like 5:30 now. Um, should I take this off? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I got my sweat jacket. I don't know what. How do you call this? Sweat jacket? I don't know. Where's my glasses? I need my glasses. Where are my glasses? How about that? But is it so necessary that we call it? Can we just say where is my glasses instead of plural? Is it okay to use singular because single unit? Yeah, it has two eyeball, but it's one unit. Okay, so this is Euclidean division on real number. Okay, which is very useful in row algebra. Row algebra came from Euclidean algebra, yes, right? And Euclid is known for his geometry. You know, he's Greek. The elements, the element, whatever. But he's a great algebraist too. Euclidean algorithm, for example, GCD, that's algebraic. That's not geometric. Okay, so okay, we just expanded to real numbers. Okay, so good, good. It is very useful definition. Okay, now, okay, let's talk about race a little bit. Okay, so we're going back and forth between politics and mathematics. I mean, who does that? Only in humanology, my friend. Only in humanology, we talk mathematics and politics side by side. Okay, that's the magic of humanology. Okay, so welcome, welcome to the world of humanology. Okay, welcome. We are not discriminatory. Okay, everybody's welcome here. You gay or you are especially welcome here. All races, no matter who you are. Okay, everybody's welcome here. Okay, everybody. Because we want you to be a better person. Okay, that's why you are especially welcome here. Just like Jesus, right? Yeah, we are living and breathing Jesus. Okay, Jesus is our bread and butter. Okay, we breathe in and out Jesus. Okay, so yeah, Jesus came to call the sinners, not the righteous, right? To make them repent, to make them better person, better people. I'm not very good at distinguishing plurals and singular because I'm a native Korean speaker. Okay, so Korea is my native language, first language. Uh, in Korean language, they don't distinguish plural and singular very much. Okay, so okay, racism. All right, so yeah, white people, yeah, they accumulated labor and they did exploit black people's labor. Okay, and after the emancipation, after Abraham Lincoln, after Civil War, black people were freed from this labor exploitation. It's basically unfair system. Slavery is just one instance of labor exploitation. It happened in Europe, whites against whites. White people hired other white people and exploited their labor during 1800s in Britain and Germany, France, whatever country, European country. They all did that. They did to Asians too. Yeah, Chinese immigrants. They built the railroads in America, right? And did they get paid very well? I doubt it. And is it still happening? Yes. It has nothing to do with race. Yeah, you go to Walmart, you go to any supermarket. Yeah, minimum wage. in any industry, minimum wage. Okay, uh, is that fair? Well, it's better now because we have social security welfare system, which is incorporation of socialism and communism, Marxism into capitalist society, democratic society like America. Okay, American democracy capitalist system today has some communist element in there, social welfare, social security. Okay, that's incorporation of communism and socialism. Yeah, this social welfare, disaster relief, whatever, emergency fund, you know, food stamp, that kind of stuff, shelter system. Yeah, that's very communist kind of idea. Communism is bad, but it has some modicum of good elements there. It's about charity, okay? Also about some fairness, all right? So it's a complex question that needs some rational thought process. It's not an easy question to explain, to solve. It's not an easy problem to even understand, let alone the solution. Okay? So racism, this inequality, is a complex question that needs a lot of thinking. So don't get just angry because when you are angry, you are not thinking. Don't be emotional. You have to be rational. You have to think about it. You have to be logical. Okay? So mathematics, politics, it looks very different, but it shouldn't be. They are governed by same principle of logic. Okay, so political problem, right? So yeah, let's analyze that. Let's analyze racism, just inequality of wealth, unequal distribution of wealth. Um, let's think about that. Okay, so you have to trace back. You have to know history. Okay, I'll teach you if are willing to learn. Okay, you have to humble yourself, right? I do my best to keep it entertaining because I don't like boring either. And I try to enunciate so that you understand my English accent, Korean accent. I do my best. But people understand me just fine. Okay, most Americans, they understand my English. Sometimes they pretend that they don't understand because they want to pick on my Asian heritage and pick on my foreign background. I spent almost half of my life by now, I mean, for now, in Korea, South Korea. So I have a heavy accent. So they pick on that. So whatever. Yeah, they try to use racist card on me. I just tolerate. Do I get racist treatment sometimes? Yes. By whom? Mostly by losers. People who are like obese, old, useless, have lower paying job than I do, and they happen to be white, and yeah, they try to attack me with racist card. These white trashes, white losers, Caucasian losers. Yeah, they pick on my race sometimes. I just tolerate them. Okay, so if you're black today in 2019, probably you never get this kind of racist treatment because whites are afraid of blacks. They are afraid of blacks because, but they are not afraid of Asians though, because blacks are very well politically represented. Blacks are politically powerful race in America today in 2019. Just like LGBT people. LGBT people, yeah, they are minority, right? but they are very well politically represented, and they are very politically powerful people. They are powerful minority, like elites. Asians are politically powerless minority. We are not very politically powerful people. Asian Americans. Okay, we are not very well represented politically because we Asians, we are more. Look at me. We are more into mathematics, science. Okay, so Asians, we are not too much about politics, right? So at least in America. Okay, so yeah. But blacks, LGBT people, they are very politically powerful minorities, like elites. Okay, just giving you different point of view. It's good to be diverse. Okay, America is a great country. We have so many different races. Okay, so yeah, that's great thing about America. We have so many races. Okay, so inheritance. Okay, so I mean, I myself, I got some help from my parents when I came to America. My parents came with me when I went to college. They provided me rent. Okay, and initial days of when I was in college, even tuition. Okay, later on I got Pell Grant. I applied FAFSA, free application for whatever FAFSA. Okay, I got Pell Grant. Okay, during the George W. Bush Jr. era. So I like him. Okay, so he kind of expanded the scholarship program. So I mean, federal grant program. So I owe that effort. So I like him. Okay, so yeah. So thanks to George W. Bush Jr. Uh, I got Pell Grant. So and also I got in-state tuition because I worked in a grocery market for a year. The purpose was not to get in-state tuition. The purpose was because my English was so bad. I had to take some semesters off until I learned English, so that I can understand what they're saying, what professors are saying, so that they understand what I'm saying. So I learned English by watching television, turning on the subtitle, by studying the lyrics of the Beatles, watching movies, turning on the subtitle. That's how I learned English. Okay. So I worked in a grocery store making minimum wage. Back then it was like what, $5.50 per hour or something like that. Nowadays what is it? $7.50. Whatever. So uh, you have to understand history, you have to know history, you have to know economics. Okay? And there's only one thing you need to know. Supply and demand. Okay? It's auction. Okay? Like in eBay. If there's no demand, price go down because it's like reverse auction. Okay? You have sellers and buyers, right? Sellers want to sell, buyers want to buy. If there are more sellers than buyers, then it's sellers that compete with each other to lower the price because buyers want lower price. Okay? But if there are more buyers than sellers, then buyers compete. So the price go up because sellers want higher price. Okay? That's the only economics that you need to know. All right? Now, job in Walmart or supermarket, those jobs tend to be minimum wage. Why? Because there's more supply of those you have a job market. Okay, so who is the seller and who is the buyer in this job market? uh, I'm a son of an economist. Okay, so I know economics. Okay, because I learned from my dad. Also, I took one microeconomics, and I read a lot of economics, um, Wikipedia or books. Not too much, but I also thought a lot about economics. So I even wrote about it. Okay, so you have a market. Okay, market, there's buyer and seller, right? Uh, so let's talk about Walmart. Okay, when I was in my early 20s and late teens, 19, 20, I worked in a grocery market, supermarket. It was not Walmart, okay, but it was minimum wage kind of job. My job was a beggar, begging boy, okay, and also collecting shopping carts in the parking lot. Okay, that was my job, and it was minimum wage, okay. It was in Midwest America, okay. So why was I got paid? Was I why was I get paid so low? Because anybody can do it. So there is huge supply, a lot of job applicants, huge supply and limited demand that depresses price. Okay, because it's the kind of job anybody can do, like me or some illegal immigrants too. I don't know there were illegal immigrants or not. My colleagues in this supermarket, it was a big supermarket, uh, but for food, not like Walmart. Walmart sell everything, right? But this supermarket was food market. Yeah, some school supplies too, but mostly food. Okay, I'm sorry. I have some fond memories working there. Friends, enemies. But after long time, like because I worked, it's been 2 decades, so every memory is a good memory. Just like even when I was bullied in Seoul, South Korea, yeah, it's good memory. Okay, yeah, it was good lesson, discipline. Okay, so I forgive and forget. It's God's scourge, the school bullies. Yeah, I forgive and forget. Okay, so no hard feelings. Okay, so we're gonna take a break very soon. Okay, so because it's an easy, simple job. It doesn't require higher skill. Yeah, collecting the shopping cart. We have this caddy with remote control. Even it's a fancy. It has even snow tire, the chain for this caddy. That is a contraption machine that can push this deck of shopping carts, like dozens of shopping carts. We don't have to push it. Sometimes we have to push it manually, but we have this machine that pushes the shopping carts. Yeah. I mean, we didn't have to acquire a license to operate this shopping cart caddy carrier, this push, this machine. Yeah, it's easy to operate. We didn't have to have license for it, right? Back then, when I was like 19, 20 years old, I didn't even have driver's license. I went to work by bus. Okay, somewhere in the Midwest, in America. I'm not gonna tell you. I think I told you already, but I'm not gonna tell you again. Okay, so somewhere in the Midwest in America. Okay, in 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, about that period. Okay, so uh, and yeah, begging back boy, it doesn't require higher knowledge, higher skill. Yeah, just sort it out. I mean, we were trained to work in a supermarket, how to do it right. Yeah, there were training session, but it was just like 1 week. It's not like 4 year college or anything. Just 1 week, right? And my colleagues, they are like many of them are high school American kids or immigrants who's older than high school American kids. High school kids or older immigrants. I don't know whether they are illegal immigrants or legal immigrants. I don't know. Okay, they are from Latin America, South America. They are from Bosnia, Serbia, war refugees. Because it was like late 1990s, like 1998. So I guess something was going on in Bosnia, Serbia, some war, civil war, whatever. Okay, so some refugees from there and some Afghanistanis. Okay, some Middle Easterns. Yeah. Okay. Uh, they were my friends, my colleagues. I don't know whether they are illegal immigrants or not. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, some immigrants from Europe too. Some white Caucasian immigrants as well. I don't know what country they were from, but there were some of them. Okay, so yeah, my colleagues, the minimum wage laborers in Midwest America in 1998, 1999, something like that. Okay, so we're gonna take a break and I'll tell you some stories about that. Okay. We are doing economics. Okay, so because hey, come on, mathematics. We'll get back to it. Okay, it's we had enough fun with that. We want to diversify our menu. Okay, you don't want to eat the same kind of food every day, right? You want to diversify what you eat. This lecture, this course is metaphysical eating. Okay, it's all metaphysical food knowledge, just like Jesus said. A person, he said, man, a person shall not just eat food, but a person shall live on words of God. That's what Jesus said. Okay, words of God in human knowledge called interpretation is knowledge, truth, good stuff, not some garbage knowledge, false knowledge like psychology or LGBT, marijuana. Those are false knowledge, satanic, diabolic knowledge. They're all false. Psychology, LGBT, they're all false knowledge. Okay, but what we do here is good knowledge. It's about history, economics, mathematics, logic. So learn from me, okay? Because I learned from people. I didn't learn from God. No, I learned from people. In humanology, God is people. Okay, so everything I know, I learned from other people. Okay, so not just Wikipedia. Yeah, Wikipedia plays a huge part, but not just that. From other sources. Okay, let's take 5 to 10 minutes break. Okay, so all right, we'll be back. Where's my cigarette, man? We'll be back. And I have to switch out this water cup because it's so fungal. Fungal. Nice, better cup. Alright, we'll be back. we're back. Yeah, my glasses are right there. Yeah, we're mixing politics and mathematics. Okay, I mean, we're not quite mixing it. Maybe a little bit, but we're just doing back and forth. Okay, so let's do some mathematics. Okay, so because we don't want to talk about politics for too long. Economics, politics, non-mathematics. Okay, we don't want to. We want to mix the two. I mean, interchange, interleave. We want to go back and forth because otherwise it gets too boring. Okay, so it's a variety show. All right. Back in the days, you can. Yeah, what is variety show? It's this one show, one TV show episode, segment, and sometimes they sing, sometimes they do comedy gig, acting interchangeably. It's kind of like musical. Musical, they sometimes sing and dance. Sometimes they do acting, right? Variety show, all right. So diversity show, sure, whatever. I mean, you don't want to always see white people, do you? No, you want to see blacks, whites, Asians, Indians, Middle Easterns. Yeah, you do want to see diversity, right? So, yeah, that's what's great about America. Okay, so you want to see Hispanics, African Americans, American natives. You want to see them all. That's what's great about America. Okay, so okay, so now sine. We got this guy right. Sine, let's say 5 pi is equal to, according to our equation, sine 5 pi rho 2 pi, because 2 pi is the, well, we have to do more than that here. So this means we can use row algebra here. Okay, you can use row algebra. So by using row algebra, by period reverse, we say inverse periodicity theorem, we are making it longer. Okay, sine x plus 2 pi k rho 2 pi. This inverse periodicity theorem, we are making it longer than, okay. And the other way, that's just periodicity theorem. You have 2 pi as a period, and you can, when k is some integer, okay. K belongs to some integer set. Well, there's only one integer set, so k is some integer, okay, that belongs to an integer set, okay. So yeah, it's inverse periodicity theorem, okay. So IPT, all right. So yeah, 2 x plus 2 pi k, yeah, 2 pi k subtract x rho 2 pi, that's periodicity theorem, row algebra, okay. So using the periodicity theorem, what, not PP, PT, periodicity theorem, okay. I'm sorry. Using periodicity theorem, all right. Yeah, 2 pi times 2, 4 pi, right? So subtract that. Yeah, the sine pi rho 2 pi, which is by what? Row reduction theorem. This is sine pi. Why? Because pi is less than 2 pi. That's why it's remainder. When pi is divided by Euclidean divided by, how about Euclideally? If we divide pi by 2 pi Euclideally, we are linguists, okay? So we can coin, you can make brand new word. Because we are linguists. Yeah, neologism. Yeah, well, what is neologism? Yeah, making too many new words unnecessarily. But we don't do that. We only coin a new term when it's necessary. Okay, so Euclideanly speaking, okay, in a Euclidean division, okay, if we divide pi by 2 pi Euclideanly, yeah, the remainder is pi because pi is less than 2 pi. Okay, it's right here. Euclidean division in real number. Okay. So yeah, that's row reduction theorem, right? So pi row 2 pi, pi is less than 2 pi, so the remainder is pi. Okay. So yeah, row algebra, we found some application in sine, in trigonometry. So row algebra is applicable in any periodic function. You can use the wealth, the riches of row algebra when you do any periodic function. So we found some powerful application of row algebra. Okay, so because row algebra is very powerful, we have very useful theorems like row reduction theorem, row contraction theorem, row distribution theorem, and also inverse of all those formulas. Like here, your row periodicity theorem, we can inverse that. Okay, so it's something very useful. Okay, we are making contribution to mathematics. Okay, so now let's get back to politics or non-mathematics, politics, economics, whatever. Okay, so or history, no mathematical stuff. So when I was working in this supermarket, okay, so because my job was operate this shopping cart caddy or push the shopping cart, uh, bagging, okay, mopping the floor. Those jobs does not require too much education or too much training. Okay, so basically anybody can do it as long as you don't have any disability. Okay, if you have 4 limbs, if you are healthy enough to carry things, push things, you can do it. It's a physical labor. All right, so anybody can do it. So that's why there is so much supply, and that's why it depresses the price in this labor market. Who is the seller? Laborers, job applicants. They are the sellers of their labor. What are they selling? Their time, their body, their energy. Okay. Okay. Uh, back like probably last year, all right. Um, let me write this down real quick because it's kind of interesting notion. I need to write this down. Okay, so this one too. All right, good. Now that I wrote this down, we're gonna erase everything. Okay, so because it's all written down, it's all recorded, tape recorded, digital recorded. Okay, so and I'm gonna grab another pen because this brown is too light. It can be used as highlighter, but not the main text because it's too light for you is too difficult to see, and I'm gonna grab another pen. Two other pens. We're gonna do some economics now. Okay, so price is roughly equal to if there's a lot of supply, then price goes down, right? A lot of demand, then price go up. Okay, or price can be expressed as yeah, probably demand minus supply, because you can have negative supply. I mean negative price. What is it? Bribery, bribes. Bribe is the negative price. Okay. Bribe. Let's say in some third world country, or back in the days, America, some developing country, because America used to be a developing country. In early 1900s or late 1800s, or perhaps throughout the 1800s, Europeans, they used to despise, make fun of Americans, because America was a developing country back then. Europe was way up there in 1800s, 1700s. Europe was the height, at its height, it was the center of the world, Europe. It was the protagonist, the most powerful region in the world, Europe, in 1700s, 1800s, early 1900s too. America was just a third world country. America, United States was developing country. So Europeans used to make fun of Americans, okay? So back in the days, in 1700s, 1800s, early 1900s. America got big after World War One and World War Two. America benefited from World War One and World War Two. It made a lot of money. It emerged as the mainstream developed country, the protagonist, the star, the light of the world. But it was not like that. Before that, it was Europe. Before that, it was Middle East. Greece, Rome, Persia, Egypt, Israel. They used to be the mainstream. So power shift, like this kind of scholar. I don't think he had any PhD, but Evan Toffler, writer. Okay, he's a social critic, commentator. He became some adjunct professor in some universities. But Evan Toffler, okay, I think he used to be a journalist. Okay, but I don't think he had any PhD. Okay, so, but he wrote many books like Power Shift, Third Wave, Future Shock. I did read his books, translated in Korean. It's very interesting social commentary books. I liked it, okay, because my high school teachers, they recommended it to me, okay, and also he was very popular in Korea, okay. So yeah, power shift, right? First, it was in the Middle East. I'm not talking about Asia. I'm talking about Western history. Okay, in Asia, where there's totally different story, right? Power shifted. Power mostly remained in China, and then power shifted to Japan, and then it shifted to Korea, kind of. Okay, because yeah, China, Japan, Korea is, and also Mongolia too. Okay, Mongolia, Genghis Khan, he was big, and also India. Okay, so in Asia there's India, Mongolia, China, Korea, Japan. Yeah, you can think of some power shifting there, but that's not what we're talking about here. Because I live in America, it's a Western world, Western country, so that's why tend to focus more on Western history. Okay, because I have Western audience. I mean, YouTube is this American company, right? Google, YouTube, San Francisco, Silicon Valley, Santa Clarita, San Jose, whatever. Okay, so at least for now, we are focusing on Western history. Okay, so we are not disregarding Asian history. No, we are not doing that. We are not discriminating. Okay, so I cannot talk about everything. Okay, I can only talk about one thing at a time, right? So right now we are focusing on Western history. Okay, so it was in the Middle East, then Northern Europe. I mean Europe, Middle East, Europe, then America. Okay, that's the power shift. Okay, Middle East like Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, Israelites used to be that they used to be the light of the world. Number one, protagonist, the main actor. Okay, and then it shifted to Europe after Middle Age, 1000 AD, 1500 AD. Okay, and then it shifted to America, United States, in 1900s after World War One, World War Two. Okay, so okay, uh, okay. So when price goes negative, it's like bribery. Okay, yeah, like politicians. Okay, politicians they want to get in the office, they are selling themselves. Oh, give me the job. Or Hollywood actors. So politicians they may bribe voters, right? Politicians they may bribe voters by giving them money or gift. They are paying to get this job. They're spending their own money. Advertisement, pamphlets, signs. That's what politicians do in America. Unfortunately, American democracy is plutocracy. It's ruled by money. Politicians with a lot of money, yeah, they get elected because they are more visible. Advertisement, okay, it costs a lot of money. Signs, pamphlets, letters, mails. So the candidate with the most money tend to get elected. Okay, that's sad, but so American democracy isn't quite the most ideal system. Okay, because Americans they vote for people with the most money, like President Trump, or most funding, like President Obama. Okay, it's plutocracy, it's ruled by money. Okay, so when George W. Bush Jr. said American democracy is great, I had to disagree. Okay, yeah, maybe it's better than other systems, but it's not final system. It's not ideal system. It's not perfect system. We can do better, and we should. All right. Okay. So, yeah, when supply is way bigger than demand, yeah, price can go negative. It's bribery. Okay, like Hollywood actresses, models, they sold their body, their vagina, their cunt, okay, their crotch to Hollywood executives like Harvey Weinstein or back then Mr. Donald Trump. Okay, they sold their vagina. They paid to get this job, top acting job, whatever, right? And in business, yeah, women do the same thing, right? Sometimes they do this couch casting, casting couch. Yeah, it's not just Hollywood show business. They say there's no business like show business where that's false. They say that because they don't understand other businesses. They only have been to show businesses. That's why they don't know it's all the same everywhere. Okay. Women they sell their cunt, vagina to get promotion. It's not just Hollywood that do that. It happens everywhere, including President Trump's organization. Okay, that would be my guess. I may be wrong. I don't know, but President Trump, he's known to have sex with women, multiple women, when he's still married. Very promiscuous kind of guy. So that will be my guess. Okay, so it's not just Trump organization. Anywhere, anywhere. Yeah, yeah. Women do get ahead by having sex with business executives, not just studio executives. Okay, for promotion, to get this job, to get this film role, to be in this movie, Hollywood movie. It's like that everywhere. Okay, so yeah, sex talks, right? Yeah, sex sells, right? Yeah, that's how many women get ahead. Okay, so because everybody wants this job, this high-paying job, so they bribe. So this limited demand, it's like pyramid, right? Triangle, okay, pyramid. So there's very few jobs, top jobs. So what do? They bribe. Yeah, politicians, political candidates, to get this job, they have to pay a lot of money by advertisement, pamphlets, gifts, bribery, you name it, okay? Because there's limited demand, it's one job there, very few jobs, but all people, it's pyramid, okay, triangle. You have this amount of jobs, this promotion, right? But people below their position, you have more people than these jobs. They always want to make more money, more famous, more powerful, money, power, fame, right? Mammon, mammon. What that's how Jesus talked about it, mammon. Material, mammon, materialism. So one two no one two ru material matter okay matter so one to two one two yeah they contract right and or expand so yeah they're interchangeable matter material well materialism material that's just suffix okay so matter right mammon matter same thing in our humanological linguistics three consonant system one two three consonant system okay same word origin okay we take a break okay so take five okay Yeah, it's 6:30 by now in the morning, Sunday morning, and I'm cooking my breakfast. Probably I'll do some singing and dancing. I mean, after yesterday's recording, I did some singing, but I didn't quite dance. I was not in the mood, okay? Like, are you a clubber? Do you go to clubs? I used to when I was younger. You have to be in a certain mood to dance, right? It takes some mood. Alright, so, yeah, to get promotion is as you get higher and higher, it's lesser and less position. At the bottom, yeah, anybody can do it, right? But higher position like president or CEO, higher business executive or director, writer, some films, whatever. Uh, there are lesser and lesser job availability. Okay, so competition gets very fierce. So they pay to get those jobs, right? Through experience, schooling, training, resume, right? That's the price. So price become negative in those higher job market. Okay. When it comes to this labor market, job market, okay, so you have to pay to get those jobs with not just money, with experience, schooling, which is money. Time is money, right? Time spent, and also you go to school, yeah, you pay your tuition, right? It's not free. So it's less investment, right? You get what college loan, whatever, right? If you're a PhD, you don't pay your tuition. PhD programs, I know you do RA, research assistant, TA, teaching assistant, and you get scholarship, fellowship, grants, right? So it's all paid for, but you pay with your time though. PhD program like for 5, 6, 7 years, right? You'll be very lucky if you finish your PhD in 4 years or 3 years even. I mean, that's rare, right? You pay with your time. Or you become American military soldier, seaman, airman, coastal guard, marine, and you pay with your time. 4 years active and 4 years inactive. That's the standard military contract, right? So you earn your GI Bill with your 4 years of your time for service, serving your country, and also you take great risk. You may lose your life if you join the U.S. military. You lose your limb. You may become blind, deaf. Yeah, because you may have to go to war, and you may have to even kill people in a war. PTSD, whatever. There's a huge risk, and that's why you get GI Bill. Okay, those risks, and so yeah, you go overseas, foreign wars. You may not come back alive or with all your body parts. You lose your life or limb. Okay, I was ready for that when I joined the U.S. Army, and when I was before I deployed to Afghanistan. Yeah, I was ready for that. Okay. I think about it. Civilians, non-veterans, non-military people, they risk their life every single day when they go to work on a highway. Yeah, people die every day in car accident. If you go hiking, you do risk your life every time you go on hiking because there could be bears, there could be murderers. If you live every day as a civilian person, you risk your life every day because they can come to you. Bears, they can come to your house if you live in Alaska. And if you live anywhere, including Alaska, yeah, home invaders, burglars, murderers, rapists, they can come to your house. So your life is at risk every single day, whether you are a soldier or not. You can die from murder, car accident, disease, heart attack. Yeah, you risk your life every single day. So Okay. And also, you're a civilian. Yeah, you go to war every day when you go to work. It's a war, right? I know because I go to work too. So it's not just soldiers, veterans who experience wars. No, civilians they experience wars too. And do they serve their country? Yes. It's not just soldiers who serve their countries. Civilians serve their countries too. Okay, so don't be too proud if you're a veteran. Okay, the civilians, yeah, they serve their countries too. They risk their lives every single day as well. Okay, so I appreciate civilians. Okay, non-vets. Okay, so yeah, you are cool. Okay, all right. Back in the days, about last year, I think we did some humanological economics. We actually there was delta D and delta S, right? We derived this formula in transactional demand theory, if you remember. If if you have seen that episode, those period of episodes, we did that for a couple of weeks. Humanological economics, transactional demand theory. Okay, we have Z curve, whatever, right? So yeah, technically it's delta D and delta S, but just to simplify, we just call it DNS, okay? Instead of delta D, delta S, okay? So, all right. So, in the low paying job is something anybody can do without paying too much, investing too much in higher education like college loan or PhD, masters, MBA, JD, MD. Yeah, low paying job is low paying because anybody can do it. There's huge supply. So you have negative sign here, so it depresses the price. That's why it's minimum wage. Okay. Yeah, there's some block, legal, statutory block. Yeah, it cannot go below this. It's a minimum wage statute of every state, or even federal minimum wage law. Okay, that's very communistic, socialistic concept, minimum wage. Okay, but is it a good thing or bad thing? Well, perhaps it's an improvement contributed by Mr. Karl Marx. Okay, because before that, it was exploitation of labor, like 1800s in Europe, or slavery. Slavery again is just one instance of labor exploitation, but it wasn't just black people. It was Asians, whites, blacks, and it was not just in Western world. Back in the day, in East, Middle East, and West, Middle East, and East in Asian countries, they have something like slavery. It's called bondage, like bonded servant. It's like caste system in India, or yeah, this bonded servant. It's like in Korea, for example, back in the days in like 1500s, 1700s, 1600s, before Korea became more westernized, modernized, Korea had this fixed class system, inheritance of class. You don't just inherit money, you also inherit social class. If you are a farmer's son, you will be a farmer. If you are a king's son, you will be prince or the king. You will always be nobility. The class system was fixed. Okay, if let's say if I'm a servant of this master, my son will be servant of this master's son. Okay, who's my master? Some high class nobility, well, maybe a scholar, government official. Me, my job is to cook for him, clean after him, farm for him. I'm a farmer,
jack of all trade, right? Yeah, I get married. I'll marry a girl, Korean girl, with my own class, and our children will be servants of my master's children. This bondage, inheritance of class. It used to be like that in Asia, in Europe, everywhere. There's no, there was no such a thing as upward or downward class mobility at all. It's a static system. It was like that for millennia, for thousands of years, everywhere. Okay? And today, in 2019, America, we have some remnant of that, but it's difficult to overcome, but it is still possible. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Look at President Obama. I mean, he grew up as a single mother child. He was not rich, President Obama, but he was diligent. He studied very hard. He got some benefit for being partially black, some extra point to get into Harvard and become Harvard Law Review chief editor, to be even to become the president. He became the president just because he's partially black. Okay, he got extra point for that because so many Americans want to see the very first non-white American president. So yeah, he got some extra points for that. The kind of affirmative, social, cultural affirmative action. Okay, he got a lot of points, extra points for that. I was kind of glad that when he first became the president. Later on, I got disappointed because he's so liberal, pro-gay. But oh well, it happened, right? So yeah, it's not easy to overcome your social class. I mean, look at me. I was a computer programmer for a long time, and just to pass this bar exam to become a lawyer. Right now, I'm just paper pusher, but I make more money, just a little bit more money than I was a computer programmer. It took years. How many years? Well, I went to the U.S. Army, so that's 4 years, right? When I was in the army, yeah, I studied for LSAT to pass the law school admission test. I was in the U.S. Army to earn my GI Bill. Yeah, I spent 4 years in the U.S. Army, active duty, junior enlisted soldier. And then I passed the bar, not bar exam, LSAT. Okay. After studying LSAT for 4 years, I passed the LSAT, and I went to law school. So 4 years LSAT studying in U.S. Army, and 2 years in law school. Typically, people graduate law school in 3 years, but I took just 2 years. Okay, and I graduated. Okay. My law school GPA wasn't very good, but it was top 10 law school, top 10. Okay, so I graduated in 2 years. Okay. Because I didn't want to drop out like I dropped out in PhD program, so I wanted to just get it done and over with. I didn't want to drop out again. Okay, so that's why I took summer classes, 2 semesters summer classes, and graduated. I just wanted to get it done and over with. I didn't want to drop out. Okay, so yeah, I graduated in 2 years. So 4 years, 2 years, right? 6 years. 4 years of studying LSAT to get into law school, like applying to law school, and then 2 years in law school. After that, 3 more years to pass the bar exam in Alaska. 9 years, almost a decade. 10 years to go from computer programmer to a lawyer on paper. 10 years to get one level higher. It took me 10 years, a decade. 10 years. Not 10 years, but 10 years. Okay, so that's a long time. It's a quarter of my life. I'm 41 years old. I spent 10 years to become a lawyer on paper. 10 years, quarter of my life. To go from here to there, one level higher up, how much money am I making? How much more money am I making? Maybe $1,000 a year more as a paper pusher, okay. But so it's not easy to go up to the next level, not just for me, for anybody. To get higher up, it's not easy. But President Trump, people like that, people who are born with a silver spoon, I mean, that's a lot easier, right? So, this fixed class system, caste system, it's still there in America, of all places. Okay, so, but we have this example of President Abraham Lincoln. Okay, he was born very poor. He started at the very bottom, but he went all the way up to the very top. He became one of the most admired, internationally admired president of the United States. President Abraham Lincoln. He is one of my favorites. Of all people, okay? Yeah. Role model. Diligence, discipline, industry, education. He educated himself, reading books. Okay, so there's something to learn. Yeah, definitely. He abolished slavery, led the Civil War. Yeah. He had many enemies. Okay, he got assassinated, but he's a great success, right? Yeah. He's the only person who appears twice in American currency, in 1 penny, 1 cent, and also a $5 bill, something like that, right? The only American president who appears twice in American currency, President Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Yeah, one copper coin, kind of like black people, kind of ethnics, and green dollar, kind of like white people, kind of paper bill, right? White paper. Yeah, he kind of united the country, blacks and whites. Okay, so he's greatly admired president, Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Okay, so that's why minimum wage paying job is minimum wage, low paying job, because it does not require too much skill education. Anybody can do it. Okay, so, but higher jobs, it requires some experience, time, education, talent. Well, talent is just education. Okay, talent, there's no such a thing as a genetic talent. No. It's about diligence. It's about discipline, hard working. Okay, so IQ is all bullshit. Okay, there's no such thing as IQ, EQ. No, it's psychological bullshit. Okay, psychological garbage. It's all garbage. Okay, so anybody, because just like Jesus said, knock on the door, it will be open to you. Yeah, pray to God, He will ask, it will be given to you. Jesus. Yeah. No matter who you are, no matter where you start from, you have to work for it. It's actually more than asking. Okay, it's hard work. You will get it. Look at me. I mean, I used to hate mathematics when I was elementary school, but I had to learn arithmetic, and my siblings, my parents, my grandparents, they taught me mathematics. I had to do it because I didn't want to drop out of school. I didn't want to get F. So they taught me, and I learned it. I came to like it later on, and I excelled in the mathematics. Okay, so it's not like I'm naturally gifted mathematician. I used to hate it. I was very inferior to compared to other colleagues. I wasn't good at it. I wasn't good at mathematics. Okay, but people told me because I had to learn. So I came to like it, and later on I loved it, and later on I was better than anybody else in mathematics. Okay, so it's all about education. You can change. You can be better. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. I want to make you a better person by education. Okay, so it's infection, contagion of Holy Spirit. Yeah, evil spirit, satanic ideologies, that diseases. Holy Spirit is the cure. It's like kind of negative disease. Minus is plus, right? Holy Spirit, evil spirit, they work the same way. Okay, it's propagate from person to person. Okay, or through media like books, internet, television. Holy Spirit, evil spirit, they propagate the same way. Okay, their ideologies. It's like DNA transcription, copying and pasting kind of. Education of evil, education of the good. Okay, so Holy Spirit, evil spirit, it works the same way. Okay, so okay, we'll take a break. Okay, so don't get me wrong, I'm not a racist. Okay, so I understand I may give you an impression of racist, but how can I be a racist? I'm not white. I'm Asian. I'm ethnic, just like many of you are. Okay, so I love every single race. They're best of my friends, mentors, parents, parental figures. Okay, so former bosses who took me as if I'm their own child. Okay, they are Jews, they are Indians, they are African Americans, they are Arabs, whites, Asians, all of them. Okay, so just like the Beatles sang, all you need is love. Love is all you need. Okay, so we'll take a break. Okay, so, take five. Okay. All right. We have like 30 minutes left, so should be good enough. After this recording, I probably sing and dance. I want to dance, okay? But last night, I just sang. Alright, so.
Uh, how much time do we have? We have 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Okay, we continue the break. Okay. Okay, we are back. I'm still cooking my not dinner but breakfast. The most important meal of the day. Yeah, I eat ramen noodle. Okay, I love ramen noodles. Anyway, so we get back to mathematics, and we're gonna postulate a very important theorem, mathematics history. Okay, we call it
periodic function theorem. Okay, PFT, periodic function theorem. Almost sounds like permanent fund dividend, PFD. Okay, in Alaska we have PFD. It's not much. It's like $1,000 a year. Okay, so it's not much, but it helps. Right. The very first time I got my PFD, $1,000 per year. Yeah, I went to Colorado, Denver, Colorado. There was this conference about invention. Okay, I attended that. 10,000, not 10,000, $1,000. It paid for two-way air travel, and also rental car and hotel. It was a great deal, fantastic deal for 1 week. $1,000. Two-way from Alaska to Denver, Colorado. Rental car and 7 days hotel. $1,000. That's fantastic deal. So I used my PFD money, $1,000, to go on a 1 week vacation to Denver, Colorado. Beautiful city, beautiful, fantastic, old and new all in one. You have old buildings, new buildings. Denver, Colorado is beautiful. Yeah, of course I ran daily in this Denver, Colorado downtown at night when there are not too many people. Okay. Oh, big tall skyscrapers and old buildings all together. It was magical. I met some bad people there too. In the conference, there was this Indian lady, South Asia Indian girl. She was working in some big corporation. She was so arrogant. She was like a bully. Indian girl, Indian American with Indian accent. She was arrogant as hell. She was one of the most arrogant person I've ever met. She was bullying on me. I was back then. I was just a computer programmer. She works in a big corporation, and Indian girl with Indian accent, Indian American. That girl was a fucking bitch. Okay, I hope she repents and become a better person. Okay? I pray for her. Okay. But she was a bitch. Hell, man. Indian girl, ethnic girl. Yeah. So ethnic women, non-white women in America, they are minority, but they are politically very powerful just because they are women. Because we are living in this feminist era. So, me, ethnic man, right? So, she was so nice to everyone else, but me being an Asian male, which is the lowest in this hierarchy, social hierarchy, race, gender hierarchy, echelon. Yeah, Asian man, we are at the bottom, right? So she's an ethnic woman. She's way up there. She's a woman, okay? Just because she's a fucking cunt. Yeah, she's way up there. We are living in America, 2019. Back then it was like 2018, 2017, I don't know. Probably 2017, okay. That Indian, this Desai, cunt bitch, man. Oh my goodness. What a fucking bitch. She was so nice to white males. She's kind of popular among white males and Middle Eastern males. But she treated me like shit. Okay. She works in a big corporation making a lot of money. She was arrogant bitch. Indian, okay. So not every Indian is nice, okay. I know some of my best friends are Indians in America, okay, but she was a bitch, okay. So what did I do? Tolerate. I tolerated her, okay, because I'm not gonna make big scene out of it, okay. So I'll suck it up, okay. Yeah, whatever. This fucking curry smelling Desai, this American born confused. That's like ABCD. It's fucking bitch. Okay, she's fucking ethnic whore, man. She's kind of obese too. Do I find her attractive? Fuck no. Okay, she's married. Okay, somehow she got married. I don't know what race is her husband, but she wasn't ugly. Just like that Texas Wikipedia girl, Hispanic shit, that cunt, that thing, who went long way to get find and search and destroy mission kind of machine. This assassin, this Hispanic assassin. She, the blank face, like a machine. Yeah, all these men and women, evil men and women, they have this blank face, like this NASA head, blank face, like morons, but they're elites, right? They have this blank, this eyes have no soul. It's like Satan, devil, like Ocasio Cortez or whatever. It's a beautiful name, by the way. Ocasio Cortez, a beautiful name. Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. Yeah, this blank eyes looks like the shark, black eyes, blank. They get possessed by the devil. Satanic agents. Okay, that's what they are. Men and women. NASA head. This is what for the fucking naval pilot, Air Force pilot. This NASA head is a guy, white guy, blank face, stupid, right? Yeah, they have no human soul. They are just possessed by the devil. This chattel thing, okay, Ocasio Cortez or this Texas girl, and this Indian girl. I'm not gonna tell you where she is, but I do know what state she is. Okay, because she told us. But I'm not gonna tell you. Okay. Because I do care about people. Okay, so I hope they repent. Okay, and become better people. I hope God exorcise them. I pray for them to become better people. Repent. We have 10 minutes left, so let's move on. Okay. So, yeah, I met some bad people. Okay, so. But I tolerate them, I forgive them, I pray for them so that they repent and become better people. Because I don't want to hate people. I don't want to burn in hatred. No. It's not my nature. It's not human nature to hate people, okay? We are all gods. We all were made after God's image. So we are good people, okay? In China, yeah, Monzu, Monzi. Yeah, people are nice. Inherently, we are born as good people. But there's also Sun Tzu, who said, no, human are evil. Our nature is evil. I think they are both correct. Okay, but we are we are born with ignorance and incompetence. That's our original sin. So we are born evil. But at the same time, we are made after God's image. So there's some good in us. Okay, so you don't want to hate people for too long. Okay, you may hate people for a while, but in the end, after a while, you want to forgive and forget because you want to be happy, right? If you hate somebody, you will be unhappy. Hatred is unhappiness. You're angry. That's not pleasant experience. That's not happy. Angry is not happy. But loving, forgiving, getting over it, moving on, that's happy. Okay, so yeah. So hating somebody is unhappy and that's counter to our nature, our craving for happiness. We want to be happy, right? So you want to forgive and forget, move on. pray for them, and be happy. Okay, because we all want to be happy. That's our human nature. That's why hatred is counter to our human nature to be happy. Okay, so don't hate somebody for too long. Okay, after a while, forgive and forget. Okay, pray for them, move on. Just like Jesus said, pray for your enemies, love your enemies. Again, Jesus, I do believe he's Son of God. Okay, because what he said is something very true and very necessary and essential for our salvation, our happiness. Okay, so, all right. Enough for no mathematics. Okay, periodic function theory. Okay, periodic PFT. Okay, periodic function theorem. Okay, is you have what f of x. This flag is wearing out, so f of x is equal to f of x plus p. So p is the period, is a periodic function. Okay, this is equivalent to saying fx is equal to f x rho p. Okay, this whole thing is periodic function theorem. We are using row algebra. Okay, we need to prove this. Question marks is here. Equivalence. Logical if and only if, you know. Necessary and sufficient condition in fourth order logic. Okay, that's the bidirectional arrow symbol. Okay. Logical equivalence. Alright, so let's prove this. We have 7 minutes left. Probably that's enough. Okay, otherwise we just continue. Okay, so proof. Well, we have to express x in terms of p, period. X is equal to some p times some quotient plus some remainder, right? Where this quotient belongs to integer. P, well, P is period, right? It's strictly more than 0, okay? That's the assumption here. Period. Like 2 pi in sine function or cosine function. Tangent, is it pi or 2 pi? I don't remember. I don't remember, okay? So maybe it's pi, huh? Period for tangent. It goes like what? Like this, right? And you have what? Pi over 2 minus pi over 2, right? Tangent, right? And then you have what? So there's 0, there's pi. So I guess the period for tangent function is pi, not 2 pi. I don't know why. Tangent x is what? Sine x over cosine x. We probably just continue, okay? So sine x is like this. Cosine x is like this. Oh no, I'm sorry. we'll have to continue. Okay, cosine x is like this. It's like a jar, right? A bowl, ramen noodle bowl, whatever. So sine, sine divided by cosine, that's tangent. Is it sine divided by cosine or cosine divided by sine? I don't know. What's tangent? A, B, C. Okay, so sine theta, sine theta is equal to what? B over C. Cosine theta is equal to A over C. Tangent theta is equal to B over A. So sine divided by cosine. Okay. So 0 divided by 1, 0. Okay, fine. 0 divided by minus 1, 0. Okay, so that's pi. 0 divided by 1. Okay, that's again 0. Well, pi, 2 pi, right? So I think the period for tangent is also 2 pi. Okay, so no. This is pi over 2, and this guy's pi. Periodicity, I think, is pi instead of 2 pi. How interesting. So that means negative infinity is equal to positive infinity. How interesting. It's like circular kind of. Oh, we have 1 minute left. Okay, we'll just continue. Okay, so to prove this, yeah, we gotta do this. Okay, p is less than more than 0. We have 30 seconds left. Okay, so we'll talk about tangent later. All right, so how to prove this? Well, we have to use row algebra. Okay, so x is this guy, so pq, it disappears, it becomes r row p. All right, so r row p, that's r. All right, so f on the, you have left hand side. Yeah, we have 30 seconds left. We'll continue. Bye.